emails and press an enter on google.com, will I get to see your inbox? Of course not,
No.
right? If I see Rad's WhatsApp chats,
No.
will I get to see that? Of course not. So anything which the internet is not publicly displaying is dark web, which in other words means that anything that you have on your inbox, which you spend a lot of time on,
It's dark
or
web.
what exactly, it's dark web. It's really that simple.
Okay.
So that is dark web, which is, by the way, 99% of the internet.
Yeah. So something that is private to me.
That's dark web. That's why it's called dark web. That was the meaning of dark web.
Okay.
Now, hold on, Saket. I always thought dark web is a scary place where
Yeah, I thought
all
it
the
would look like
crimes happen.
black and stuff like that, and you'd like put some codes, and then in that code you can like press a button and give an order to kill somebody with some bitcoins on it.
So-
That's like a dark web
So
idea in my head.
So that also happens, and let's double click on that if you want. I'm very happy to. But that's a small portion of the dark web,
Got it.
right? Dark web in general simply means a thing which is not parsable. Parsable means indexable or searchable from google.com. And I'm saying google.com in general.
Yeah.
It can be Bing, it can be
Any search engine.
which is out there. That's not important. So that is the meaning of clear web. Now you understand the meaning of dark web. 99.9% of the dark web is not dark in ways people think it's dark. So let me start from there, right? Because it's a fact, right? आपकी इतना सारा content आपके Google Drive पे होगा, आपके emails पे होगा.
Yeah.
None of that is a part of the clear web. So that part you understood. Now let's go to the part which I know you're more interested about, which is about the dark places, about things. So there is a way where you can basically form layers of different hops that you can make from one IP to the other, to the other, to the other. In others, you can form layers of proxies, of masking your identity to then go to a final destination of a website, where it becomes very difficult, not impossible, but very difficult for somebody on the other side, when you're going to a website, to track who the person is coming from. A very popular way to do that, there's a browser called the Onion browser. So you go ahead, you can download that, it's free of cost available, and it actually goes ahead and builds these layers. That's why it's called the Onion browser. And then there are websites. By the way, these are very normal websites, right? Like the way you have in the clear web, websites with a.com, b.in, c.co.cc, whatever, right? There can be so many different domain names which are out there. Exactly in the same way, in the dark web, there are various kinds of TLDs or, domain names and, things which are out there. A popular one which you use from the Onion internet is a lot of dark web pages which is ending with .onion.
Okay.
So there's a Wikipedia out there, right? In that Wikipedia, you will go in. This is like the easy part, which I'm saying, right? Because it can index from there, and there's a lot that happens there. There can be forums. Now, because almost the prerequisite of getting there is because you're coming through the Onion browser, where the identity of most people are very, very, very difficult to trace. Therefore, it becomes a very, very freewheeling place for people to be able to chat, to exchange messages, to do illegal, selling and buying of things which are out there, because the identity is sealed in a very, very tight way. Again, I'm saying it's not impossible to trace it, but it's very, very difficult. In fact, there's a really nice line which says in one of the movies, which basically says, "In God we trust, everything else we trace." Right? So, and I actually quite, I actually think that's quite true, that you truly want to, trace somebody on the internet. Most, if not all cases, there are enough footprints that actually are there through which you can do a lot of very, very good searches and understand the trail of where somebody comes from a mobile phone, from a laptop, blah, blah, blah. So coming back to what I was saying is that there is these forums where you can do things, right? Now, there's this whole concept around, can you hire an assassin? Can you buy drugs? Can you do all the wrong things there? The short answer is absolutely yes, right? Because think of it like this, right? If you are in a city where there is a place where no police ever enters, right? Where people are walking around with no identity. The people who have lost the nationality and they don't have a passport or they don't have an Aadhaar card, they all stay there. Now, there's obviously a breeding ground of doing things which are not legal. And there, it's a very natural thing to have a ton of those things which are. But because it's there, the smart police officers also go there. So you can't really differentiate between a forum which might actually be run by the Interpol.
I'm here in a nutrition